The story of this Florida team, always a huge roster, a decorated roster, so much talent. You ask coaches around the country, you know, who are you worried about? Everybody's worried about Florida. And that's kind of the story this year for them. They've never had more talent. They've had a lot of talent, but this team this year, astronomical potential, but can they put it together finally and get back on top? We shall follow them this year, and we will find out. Leading off, the sophomore, Lee Boy on vault. Sensational on this event last week.
Has a huge Yurchenko 1.5. Light on that landing. You saw her take a pretty significant step forward. Not the start that Florida wants on vault, but John, as you said, 5 scores count.
Payton Walker is going to lead off for bars for Alabama. And what a story she has been. Just in September of this year, she was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. Imagine going to the doctor thinking you have swollen joints. It's just part of being an elite athlete, and walking out being told that your life will never be the same. That is what Payton Walker went through a few months ago, and what a story. Just for her to be out here after that diagnosis and the challenges she's had is amazing.
Maloney up to the high bar, combination, pack to the low bar, very smooth transition. Just the dismount here, John, I have to say, this has been a nice bar routine so far, and gets the stick. Incredible start, look at the emotion.
Always a lot of passion after these routines for these young women, but this one right here for Payton Walker, that just means more. Told us about how some days can't even get out of bed in the morning because the pain is so excruciating. Her elbow, she can't straighten it out. Knees hurt too much to stand up, to walk. And it's just a constant managing of her life. Medication every 2 weeks, painful shots every 2 weeks. And you go from what you're living your best life in college and a healthy athlete, and all of a sudden you go in, and 2 hours later after walking out of the doctor's office, you just realize your life will never be the same. What a great attitude. We had a chance to talk with her for a good half hour today about what she's been going through. And our producer, Kara, was with me, and she never stopped smiling. Like, she was telling us this story, and it's just like, I got tears in my eyes. She went in the doctor's office alone after going to practice and not being able to work out. Her coaches said, look, this is more important. Go see the doctor. And when she came back, it was all tears when she told her team what happened and their trainer and the emotion. And to think about her in that doctor's office alone without anybody, without her parents there. She had her mom on the phone. And, I mean, she's tough. It really is. As a parent myself, to think about my child going through that, it's a tough thing. And she's really an inspiration for sure. We have a judges conference, by the way, for that vault. As it finally comes up, Bridget, a 9.7. Big step, but they really got it.
They did.
Skylar Drazer now, the second gymnast to go. A 9.7 for gymnastics at this level is a score you do not want to count.
And Skylar's going to get it back. Another Yurchenko 1.5. Great height and distance, but another significant step on that landing.
I mean, if they gave Boy a 9.7 for her vault, I feel like this is going to be right in that range again, a similar step on the landing. So I guess there was some kind of inquiry on Boy's vault. It's up to a 9.725. Still not great, though. That quarter tenth, you never know. That quarter tenth might make a huge difference. Now, one of the leaders for the Alabama Crimson Tide, Gabby Gladio, just been a stud for them all 3 years of her career, coming into her final season.
Gabby is an aggressive bar swinger, has a huge release here, right down to the low bar. Great body position. You see those knees are tight, toes are pointed. Little short on that cast handstand, but blind change, full pirouette, double back, and gets the stick. Really nice job by Gabby, and Payton starting things off with that 9.875.
Big start score.
Handstand right here. I stand corrected. That handstand is not short. From our angle, it did look a little short, but the important thing from the judge's angle, right on top of the bar, And this double back, so high, finds that landing and sticks it.
I've loved watching Gabby do gymnastics. Just her emotions are on her sleeve. You can see her clap her hands at the end. So much fun and just a tremendous athlete. All right, back over to vault. Freshman Amelia Dizador, the third gymnast to go. Drazer score a 9.8, so they do break that 9.8, but they really want to go up from there.
Yurchenko 1.5. A lot better control on that landing, just a hop forward.
Amelia, former national team member in 2023 into 2024 for the United States. So many national team members on this Florida Gator team. So a little bit of an improvement there for vault number 3 for the Gators. That's an event where they have 6 athletes, more than 6 that can go 10. So to see them get these low scores early, certainly concerning if you're a Gator fan. Now Ryan Fuller, the next gymnast to go. She is an All-American as a freshman on the uneven bars and member of the SEC All-Freshman team. Here in the third spot, Gladio matches Payton Walker's score, 9.875, so very strong start for the Crimson Tide.
Nice cast handstand. She's got it packed down to the low bar. Great control. Good extension throughout. Right back to the high bar here. Beautiful on that cast handstand, right where the judges want it, and a double layout. Not a stuck landing, but a very controlled landing, a slight hop backwards, but overall, really nice job.
Small hop on that landing. Should be another good score for Alabama. Over on the vault, we've had a last-second lineup change. Do we take one more look here at this bar team?
And this is a Van Leeuwen, Maloney with a half, and then right, just beautiful cast handstand there.
Gabby Dizador, sister to Amelia, who just went and scored a 9.825, has moved into the lineup. Kayla DiCello, who we talked about in the open, one of the studs of this team, is out of the vault lineup. Not sure why, maybe something safer. We'll see.
Yurchenko 1.5. And another big step forward. They have the power, and that is the challenging thing on vault, John, is you can have all the power, but you have to control it right now. Florida giving away those tenths on the landing so far.
2 big vaulters yet to go for Florida, certainly capable of that stuck landing. Sometimes you try too hard to stick, Bridget, and it almost works in the opposite direction.
It does. It's so true. But the one good thing that I want to highlight here is it's never a bad thing to have too much power.
Just got to find that landing. Ryan Fuller, 9.825 for her bar routine. Next up will be the senior from Melissa, Texas, Talia Pavlak. It's been a good bar rotation, but now Alabama's looking for those 9.9s, just like Florida. But they've got 3 more chances. They could really separate themselves early if they do.
Natalia Maloney up to the high bar, failed a handstand. Look at those legs glued together. Alabama has not broken a 9.9 yet. They are trending up in the dismount.
Oh, I was going to say they did now, but then the step.
That slight step with that left foot. But one thing that Natalia does so well is she is a beautiful bar swinger from her toe point to the arm extension. Just a beautiful bar routine to watch.
Yeah, absolutely can swing bars. You can see a lot of 9.9s, 9.95s in that bar lineup, maybe some 10s as well. Sunday afternoon, we've got a women's basketball doubleheader with number 9 Louisville taking on NC State at 1 Eastern, followed by number 13 Oklahoma hosting number 6 LSU right here on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. Here's Danny Ferris.
I saw her stick this in warm-up. And another huge step forward. They did so well in warm-up, had great height, and were really controlling the landing. You have to wonder if it is a little jitters. I mean, this is a big competition, and just need to hold in and reeling on those landings.
It really is. The last time Florida lost at home, by the way, was to the Alabama Crimson Tide. They don't lose often at home, and so first SEC meet of the season, nice big crowd, and you said it, Bridget, feels like maybe just a little pressure, maybe trying a little bit too hard. We had a fun conversation with Adrian Burdett, the vault coach, before the meet, Bridget, and we're kind of giving him a hard time. I said if I wanted a high-paying job where I didn't have to do anything, I'd want to coach Florida's vault. They've got so many, they're just stacked, and it was a joke. Obviously, he's got to do a lot coaching that vault team, but man, they've got an embarrassment of riches. Now, Chloe LaCourcier, the junior for Alabama, 9.875 for Pavlak.
Chloe showcasing her beautiful form. Nice transition to the high bar, another Van Leeuwen. She just has to dismount here.
There you go. First 9-9, Bridget, call it.
I don't want to because I'm normally wrong and I jinx it, but overall, Chloe has a technique that is so unique. It is such a smooth bar swinger right here. Maloney, and then legs glued together down to her pack. Beautiful control there. And then the dismount tuck full in. Finds that landing, gets those heels together. I'm going to say that it's going to break the 9-9. I'll just say it.
You got to think that one should do the job. Now the anchor position for Florida. Can they get a big number? If anybody can do it, is Selena Harris Miranda. She's following Ferris's 9.8.
Take a 1.5.
There you go.
Wow. They needed that. I mean, a lot of these scores that we're seeing, they have not broken into the 9-9s yet, which is very uncharacteristic for Florida on vault. Beautiful extension and just bam, nails that landing.
And you can see the vault coach, Adrian Burdett, at the end of the mat right there. He just stands there and pumps his right fist. Needed that one. It's funny, too. He said Selena doesn't have the most technically perfect vault compared to some. It's very good, but she finds a way to stick it all the time. Well, he was absolutely right because she nailed that one. Chloe LaCourcier, meanwhile, over on vault. Big number, 9.975. That is a career-high score. One of the judges gave her a 10, Bridget. Fantastic for her.
Dare I say, I didn't want to jinx her, but maybe I boosted that up, and I sent some good vibes over to the judges because that was a beautiful bar routine.
And the freshman, Azara Akbar, will anchor, a freshman anchoring an outstanding bar lineup. That is something to say, and so much trust the coaching staff has in her. Nailed it last week. Can she do it again?
Opens up, pack salto to the low bar. So gorgeous. Ooh, little loose on those legs, just a little bit, but nails that cast handstand. Just the dismount here. Double back. Holds that landing.
Wow.
That's going to be a big score, John. And coming after Chloe's 9.975, she was set up for a big score, and she delivered.
Well, Alabama is going to lead after the first rotation. The question is by how much? And this bar routine will determine another look.
Van Leeuwen right there, but she just glides into that cast handstand. Does a Stalder, double back. And you saw her shoulders go a little bit far back there, John. She really had to hold on to it, and just a freshman, and she did it seamlessly.
Well, she's never scored lower than a 9.975 in her college career, Bridget.
Impressive.
Selena Harris Miranda finishes strong for Florida, 9.925, but again, a lot, all 9.8s or not, that 1.9925 is what they're going to count, but it's disappointing vault rotation for them, isn't it?
It is, and it's just something that we are early in the season, and it's not a bad thing to have too much power, but you have to control it, and I know Adrian's going to go back in the gym, and they are going to work on controlling those landings.
And it's just frustrating, too, because, I mean, that's a vault rotation. Working on those bar landings, got it done as we quickly go over to the vault and Jasmine Cawley.
Another Yurchenko, 1.5 for Alabama. Big step forward. I did see them in warm-ups, and John, I have to say they were really honing in on those landings, and I have to wonder if they saw Florida's mistakes and see what they can do with it.
Well, that step, very reminiscent of that Florida rotation. Big step, and if they're consistent, the judges are really, I would be surprised if they go above a 9.8. Our first look at the transfer from Cal Berkeley and sensational collegiate gymnast for the Bears, transferred for her final season. This is MJ Frazier, former national team member as well.
And if Florida can get it back, it is on this event. They are phenomenal bar workers. MJ setting the tone for this rotation. Beautiful cast handstand. All she has to do is a double layout. And there you have it. MJ Frazier leads this Florida Gator bar rotation with a bang. This double layout. I love how close she lands with her feet together. Just such an impressive athlete.
I've never done a double layout off bars, believe it or not, but it looks fun.
They are pretty
fun. Really whip that thing up there and just float it.
Yeah, it kind of feels like you're flying.
I bet. That was your dismount?
Yeah, it was.
Impressive. All right, let's jump back over to vault. Jamison Sears now in the 2 spot, and there it is, that score, 9.775. So judges being consistent. This is Alabama's turn to struggle on the vault. 5 more to go.
Jamison, Yurchenko, 1.5. Takes a pretty significant hop forward. Again, these are big vaults, which we can't take away from the impressiveness of the height and distance on these vaults, but we are just seeing a lack of control in those landings.
And that's a vault that the coaching staff talked about. She's come such a long way on that vault, really hasn't done that vault in college, and now it's back, and they talk about her air awareness being so good, and you can see where it could be there. That one, unfortunately, with that big hop. Now the junior, Anya Pilgrim, wasn't all around this competition. They changed the lineup, so she's not. Actually, the first time since February of 2013 that Florida does not have an all-rounder in the meet.
Big combination. Maloney to immediate Tkachev. New combo for Anya. What I love about Florida bars is they do not do cookie-cutter gymnastics. I mean, they are not afraid to do the big skills, the big combinations. Wow.
I tell you, look out. Florida with that slow start on vault. Not so much on the uneven bars. 9.9 for Frazier in the leadoff position. And if you build from there, I'll let you guys do the math.
She does Maloney, immediate to Tkachev. I don't think I'm going to do a good job of explaining how difficult that is. And sticks that dismount. John, I did that Tkachev out of like a handstand, a giant. I had lots of rotation.
That's tough. What a great routine. You got to think that one's going to go 9.9, maybe better. Alabama better get it together quick here on vault, or Florida's going to take that lead right back. As we see Kylie Kwame take her turn.
A little bit more control on that landing. That was another Yurchenko, 1.5.
I mean, we're seeing a carbon copy of the 2 vault rotations. Florida started out almost exactly the same, got a little bit better as they went, but not big scores again.
And it takes time to really learn to control. There's the excitement in this arena, the adrenaline going through all these athletes. And it's awesome to go big, but you have to be able to control all that power.
So Riley McCusker next up on the uneven bars. She was nationally known as a U.S. team member for this event in particular, really world-renowned. Got a 10-0 last year on this event and 3rd up in the bar rotation. Remarkable.
Riley is such an elegant bar swinger. Beautiful form.
Look at that.
All she has is a stalder right here and a double back.
Oh! I was about to say you got to give that a 10, but the little tiny slide of the feet.
Tiny, tiny slide, but overall, I mean, Florida now 9.9, 9.925. Riley, that should be a 9.9 in my eyes. or more.
Absolutely is going to be. I can't imagine that not being in the 9.9s. What execution from McCusker, though. The toe point, the feet glued together. A lot of times, even the great routines, you see those little feet slides. Not so much from Riley. Head coach Jenny Rowland with the big hug there. Gotta love that. Tell you what, either Alabama sticks a couple of these vaults or they will relinquish the lead, in my opinion, to the Gators. Jordan Paradise, the senior now, follows a 9.8 from Kwame.
Yurchenko 1.5 again, and again the big hop forward. What I will say about Alabama's landings, they are a little bit more controlled on the hops. John, you talked about having air awareness. You can clearly see that they have that.
Yeah, they are going to have to land cleaner, though. With the scores that Florida is putting up, I really feel like the lead is going to be theirs. My statistician next to me, Chris, is showing me the numbers, and it looks like Florida's going to get the lead, but how close will it be? I know there's still a lot of gymnastics to go. Mistakes can happen, but, man, it certainly seems like the wave is going in favor of the Gators. 9.925 from McCusker, and then why not throw up a world medalist right after her, Kayla DiCello.
Kayla has some big releases in this routine. Starts things off. It's called a church. Normally she transitions right to the low bar. One thing Kayla does so well is knowing when to go and when not to. It can be really challenging when to connect and when not to connect. Slight step on that landing, but overall really nice. Just some minor tweaks, a little tiny leg separation throughout, but overall really nice job. And this right here, this is one of the hardest skills. It's called a church, and you saw her arms bend when she caught the bar, making her hesitate on the connection and that dismount. Slight step, but overall very clean bar routine for Kayla.
Yeah, those bent arms on the catch really should be a deduction, but we saw it in slow motion. The judges don't get that luxury, so we'll see what they do, but it looks like it might be lower than a 9.925. We'll find out. Gabby Gladio, she's got to go big here, and she can.
Wow.
Almost.
The best vault out of this rotation so far for Alabama. Gabby Gladio. Yurchenko 1.5. Little leg separation when she hit the vault. Again, with the slow-mo, judges don't see that. But right there, you saw the legs separate, but really nice landing. You know she wanted that stick, but just took the tiniest hop forward.
Vault has been a tough place for these gymnasts to live tonight. Only one score over a 9.825 from both teams. Sky Blakely now. She just came off of a world championship where she finished 4th on this event. 4th in the world. I thought she should have gotten 3rd. Here she is.
Beautiful. Ooh, little far from that low bar. Nice recovery. Does an eagle grip, has great shoulder flexibility and strength. And just a slight hop on the landing, but really nice job. Again, Florida not afraid to do the big skills and the big combinations. I mean, it's impressive. Right here, starts things off. Big release, little far, but again, so much talent.
Handled that momentum. 9.825 for Kayla DiCello. Our score tower on the right, which hopefully you've been following so far through this competition, shows all the gymnast scores. The lighter shaded score is the low score for that team. That's the score that theoretically will be dropped. Right now, that's Kayla DiCello's 9.825. Here is Azza again. Saw her on bar. She was outstanding. Here she's on ball.
Wow. Really, really nice job. Great height off the vault. Just a hop forward. Coming after Gabby's 9.875.
Big. Wow.
Really, really well done. I just can't believe she's a freshman. I mean, she competes like a veteran.
She is the real deal. She's going to be a fun one to watch for years to come. But for Alabama, they're going to rely heavily on her this season. 9.9 for Sky Blakely. Every one of the Florida counting scores right now is higher than any score from Alabama on vault, and that is going to be tough on the Crimson Tide. Selena Harris-Miranda anchors this bar rotation.
Very nice release there. Selena does an excellent job of controlling her handstands. She kind of makes her bar routine look like it's just a walk in the park. Dismount. That was pretty good, if I do say so myself. Great form throughout that bar routine. Legs glued together, ankles, toe point. I mean, that was the whole package in a bar routine.
So it was a big lead for the Alabama Crimson Tide coming into the second rotation. A .375 lead after one rotation. That's tough to do in women's collegiate gymnastics. They did it. However, Florida, with a 9.95 from Harris-Miranda on that bar routine, will take the lead back. It'll be a flip-flop, pun intended, Bridget. Azara Akbar on that vault, a 9.925, so a strong finish for Alabama. I think both these teams are going to be happy to put that event behind them tonight.
I think going into rotations 3 and 4, they're definitely eyes are forward, vaults in the past. And you know what? What a bounce back. Florida coming into rotation 2 and just nailing every routine.
They almost had carbon copies of each other's rotation. Their vault rotations very similar. Both of them finished with that one. Finish out this competition right now. Florida Gators on the balance beam with Skylar Drazer in the leadoff spot. Such an important lineup position, Bridget. You got to get your team off to a good start.
And John, I really like Skylar in this position because she's so calm. She's kind of a steady Eddie, little balance check there. You saw that front foot and that heel come up. Skylar, who is normally a leadoff on this event, was not in last week, so really nice to see her back in this position. So far, Skylar doing a really nice job. You want your leadoff on every event to be kind of a guaranteed hit, but especially on beam. It's the hardest event. And sticks the dismount. Really nice start for Florida, and what a beam routine for Skylar.
Florida just one stuck landing on vault, but they got the stuck landings going on bars, and it seems like it's contagious. Carried over to balance beam. Such a huge part of women's collegiate gymnastics, the stuck landing. You see it, you know you're going to get a score, probably without any major breaks, probably close to a 9-9, maybe better. If you see a step or a hop, you know that it's probably not going to quite get there. And the name of the game, if you want to win, is 9-9 scores or better. Mackenzie Matters, the freshman, led off this event week 1. Here she is in a leadoff position again. Alabama really relying heavily on these freshmen and putting them in spots that aren't just easy spots to be, anchor positions and leadoff positions.
And I have to say, John, it's not a bad thing for these freshmen to be in those positions because you never know what happens in this sport. Front tuck, step out to double tuck. Little shoulders on the landing there. You saw her take a big step into her lunge. Really nice leap combination. Great extension all the way to her toes. Double pike. Really nice job. She had a 9.775 in this position last week. Great start for Alabama. And just a freshman, Mackenzie Matters, getting things going.
It needed to be good. We'll see how it compares to that Skylar Drazer. 9-9 in the leadoff spot. We saw him lead off bars with the same score. We head back over to beam and MJ Frazier, the senior. She's been perfect on this event, has scored a 10 here. As I said earlier, outstanding career at Cal, has the all-around record there of a 39.825. You can see all the credentials, and such a big transfer for the Florida Gators, adding her to a team of star-studded roster.
Combination here. Front aerial, layout, step out. Beautifully done. This leap right here, split jump. Wow! Split stag, just such a gorgeous beam worker. She almost tells a story. Has great rhythm in the dismount. Cartwheel, 1.5. Wow. That's gonna be big, John, coming after Skylar's 9.9. I mean, MJ just did a flawless beam routine in my eyes.
Yeah, that 9.9 set her up for a big number here.
Right here, front aerial to layout, step out. Most athletes do a front aerial to a back handspring. She said, no way, let me take it one step further. So nice.
I'll tell you what, the feeling I have right now is if you're Alabama, you better be careful. Because Florida is rolling, and they're rolling on beam. If they keep this going through what I consider the toughest event in women's gymnastics, it is going to put Alabama in a tough spot if they don't start sticking landings. Matters with that big step on her opening pass. Here's Chloe LeCourcier. Have to start sticking landings if you want to keep pace with the Gators.
Chloe's gonna open up here. Double tuck. Nice job there. Beautiful leaps. And if you're wondering, if you're watching this and the music sounds familiar, this is from the Hamilton soundtrack. She loves that play. Who doesn't? To just let you listen, John. That is a beautifully choreographed floor routine showcasing her flexibility. And take a look at this first pass. She opens up with a round up back handspring, double tuck, gets right to her finish, and then combination front layout to Rudy into a double stag. Really nicely done for Chloe, and she is a perfectionist.
Smart finish, too, on that last pass. Avoid those landing deductions. Now back over to balance beam. Sky Blakely, MJ Frazier, a 9.925. 8 of the last 9 scores for Florida have been 9.9 or better. And look at that.
Right into, so those are called a wolf turn. And John, I never did that skill. I don't think my knees would allow me to do it.
I think you should try it after the competition.
I'm okay. But Sky making it look easy. Front aerial to back handspring. Really nice recover there.
We talked about how good her 2024 was. She was second at the U.S. Championships. And she was second only to Simone Biles. If you don't know, Simone's pretty good. That's how good Sky was right there. Positioned herself for that Olympic team, as we mentioned.
Dismount. Gainer full. Opens up a little early. Has to take the hop forward. But really well done. And John, she had a combination in this beam routine. She does a front aerial into a back handspring, but I want to highlight right there, you see her feet. So she could have not connected that. Not only did she not connect it, but she made it look like there was no air at all. That is a performer. That is a competitor. Really nice work.
Now Jamison Sears. Coaching staff at Alabama so excited when they talk about Jamison. Had some challenges her first couple of years at Alabama, but they had some hard conversations, they said, over the course of the summer, and they said, in their words, she is a new person and a huge factor for this Crimson Tide here in the junior year.
Opens up with a huge double layout. Pass here. Look at the height and the extension. Jamison, she brings the energy when she's not competing, but she brings the energy when she's out there on this floor routine. Last pass combination, front through to double tuck. Beautifully done. Wow. Really nice job coming after. See if Alabama can break into the 9-9s here.
She is having fun, and she is energy. When she's not competing, the coaches say she is the biggest cheerleader on the sidelines, the loudest. You can see it's already right there. And why not? She used to be a cheerleader, former Tab high school cheerleader. And that tee, I'm sorry to say it's not a University of Tennessee tee, which I'm sure everyone from Alabama and Florida would agree. They do not want to see that. But so fun, and she brought that energy to college, no doubt. Selena Harris Miranda now follows Sky Blakely's 9.825. That is the lightly shaded score under the Florida Beam scores. That means that's currently their low score.
And Selena's going to open up. She's got a triple series here. 3 elements, back handspring, layout, step out, into back handspring.
Beautiful.
Right over the top of the beam. Selena went 9.975 last week.
She is the SEC Specialist of the Week this week here in the conference.
Nice full turn.
If you're looking at the scores on the right hand of your screen, drop the low for each team. They both have a 9.825 that would be dropped. And if you add up the rest of those scores, so far slight advantage for the Florida Gators, about a half a tenth, meaning right now they're a quarter of a tenth ahead of the Crimson Tide.
Dismount. Wow.
That athlete can stick landings. She might be the best in the country. It is uncanny.
And opens things up. This is the first element she does. Acro series, triple series, and then finishes it, round off 1.5 and sticks the landing. I mean, to me, that was a 10, John. I'm just going to say it.
3 for 3 on stuck landings, and the only gymnast in the entire competition to stick a vault. And they are going to need every one of those 10s. Azara Akbar now on floor exercise follows Jamison Sears 9.9, so good score. What Alabama wants to do now is let those scores build. What they want is all 9.9 pluses the rest of the way. Gonna need some clean landings.
As a front through to 2.5 twist. Wow, really well done. when talking to assistant coach Amelia Hunley, who is the choreographer for the Crimson Tide on the floor. I asked her how she does it, and she just said, I let the athlete really take over. They really just try to perfect what they can already do. Azariah, beautiful dancer and incredible tumbler.
There's nothing about her poise or her gymnastics that tells me freshman. Looks like she has done this for years already.
Nice double wolf turn there. Really nice job there. Coming after Jamison, who went 9-9. She set up for a big score. And not only does she do big gymnastics, but this front through to step out, 2.5 twist. She just lands so light.
And not an easy pass to control the landing on that 2.5 twist.
Really, really well done.
Beautifully done. Azza is still considering elite gymnastics, we're told by her coaches, still trains some of her elite skills, and man, you can see it. Kayla DiCello now on the balance beam, following Selena Harris Miranda's 9.95.
Nice full turn in that wolf position. Great extension in those leaps. Switch leap to split jump. She had some trouble in warm-up on this element. This is her acro series. Handspring, layout, step out. Layout, step out. Wow. Slight balance check. You saw that leg come off the beam in that front aerial. Dismount. Gainer full. Sticks the landing. Really nice job up to that front aerial. Again, really that was the biggest air that I saw.
Talk about credentials on this Florida Gator team, or really within the program. Kayla DiCello, a world all-around bronze medalist. Her former Gator teammate, Leanne Wong, an all-around silver medalist at the World Championships. And my cohort here, Bridget Sloan, a world all-around champion, as well as Morgan Hurd, former Gator. She was a world all-around champion as well. I'll tell you what, I think the Florida Gators alone would probably be in the top 10 in the medal count for world all-around medals. It is absolutely amazing the pedigree of the athletes that have come through this Gator program. Now, from one freshman to another, Ra Akbar with a 9.9. Now here's Jazzy Cawley on floor.
Nice tuck full in for Jazzy. Switch half to Wolfle. Wolfle, really nicely done there. Needs that combination. Down up 1.5 layout. Nice job. Jazzy's collegiate debut in the all-around last week. Really nice job. Really clean routine, but she has so much sass in her floor routine. I love the music and the dance.
Well, it all comes down to this. One game left. Monday, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. The college football season wraps up as number 10 Miami takes on number 1 Indiana in the college football national championship game. We'll have all the pregame coverage all day and have you covered for the game on every platform, TV, radio, and digital. Man, what a journey it has been, and what a story the Indiana Hoosiers have been. We'll see if they can cross the finish line as we go back over to balance beam. DiCello only a 9.775. Alyssa Arana in the anchor position. They are trying to drop that 9.775. That is a low score, but a good hit here will give them a great team score on this event.
Beautiful handspring layout step out. Nice front aerial. She's so fluid on this event. There's a reason Alyssa is in this anchor position. Nice switch leap to switch tap into a beat jump. Gainer full.
Oh, that's going to be a big one.
Really, really nice. Again, there's a reason she's in that anchor position, because she does routines like that. Acro series here, handspring layout step out. I mean, full extension to the toe point, but just so smooth. And then finishes this beautiful routine with a stuck landing.
I'll tell you what, we throw the word perfect around a lot in this sport. But if I'm a judge, I don't know if my pencil moved. I mean, if you want to say there was a half-tenth here or there, you'd have to show me, because that was about as good as she can do it. Jasmine Cawley, a 9.825. So this is a pressure moment for Alabama. Trying to hang with those Florida Gator balance beam scores. Gabby Gladio, she is capable of it, but she's going to have to be at her best here.
Gabby, big first pass here, has really been working on her form and her landings. Nice job there. Gabby is a huge Alabama football fan. Amelia said this floor music is kind of a tribute to just that. Gorgeous form there in her leaps. Last pass here, front layout, front 1.5, into a huge split jump. Very nice finish for Gabby and for this Alabama Crimson Tide on-floor exercise.
And they needed that one. Alyssa Arana, a 9.875. A little surprised by that low score, Bridget. Here she is again, Gabby Gladio.
And again, big first pass. One thing that, again, Ashley and the entire coaching staff mentioned is they just really focus on the landings. And man, Gabby flies high and she knows how to stick that landing.
So Gabby needs a 9.975. As they say, on paper is one thing, but like the outlaw Billy the Kid said, many a slip twixt a cup and a lip. You got to perform, Bridget. You can take that one home and use it if you want. Jasmine Cawley, the freshman, leads off for Alabama on beam.
Double wolf turn there for Jazzy. Acro handspring layout, step out.
Oh, that is absolutely what you do not want to have if you're the Crimson Tide. If there was a margin for error, which there already was barely one, it is long gone. If they count that score, that fall, I would almost guarantee that Alabama cannot win this meet. So 5 athletes left. All 5 of those scores are going to have to count, and they're going to have to be darn good ones.
Jazzy with that fall, that's a guaranteed, no questions asked, 5-10 deduction. Right now, Jazzy just has to finish this routine to the best of her ability. All she has is the dismount. Handspring gainer full. Gets the stuck landing, but ultimately not the start Alabama wanted. Taking another look here. It's her acro handspring layout step out, and John, it looked like she was off right from the beginning. Not a great start for Alabama, but they have 5 more athletes to go, and those 5 athletes must hit in order to stay in this.
It's not over, but the pressure just got ramped up. Now let's go over to floor exercise. Another freshman in a leadoff spot. This is our first look at freshman Jayla Booker out of Coral Springs, Florida. She opened last week as well with a nice 9-9 in the opening spot, and she's got a big-time first pass here.
Don't be surprised when you see Jayla on some more events throughout this season. She is an all-arounder, but opens up. Huge tough pull in and sticks it cold. Very nice leaps there. You saw that extension all the way to her toe point. And John, this is the first time we're seeing Jayla tonight. So she has waited 3 rotations for this moment. She's doing a great job so far. Final pass, front through, double tuck. I'm speechless.
I mean, what do you do if you're the judges? 9-9 in the opening spot in her debut as a Gator. She absolutely was like a toothpick in a club sandwich on those passes. No deduction on the landings. Do the judges dare go higher than a 9-9 for the opening routine?
I mean, that was impressive. Both passes in the tuck position and just sticks them cold. Man, if I were a judge, I don't know what I would do.
What a start for the Gators. If they keep this up on floor, this crowd is going to go absolutely right through the roof of the O'Connell Center. Next Friday, you can catch more SEC gymnastics over on the SEC Network with another Friday Night Heights doubleheader at 6 Eastern. Number 2 Oklahoma hosts number 8 Georgia. Then the number 1 Florida Gators head to Neville Arena to take on the number 6 ranked Auburn Tigers. So Jasmine Cawley, a 9.075. That is not front page news. We knew that was coming. 5 gymnasts to go for the Crimson Tide. Gabby Ladunny will be the next one. She is a junior from Spring, Texas. As we wait for that Jayla Booker score. Not too many 10s in the first spot in the lineup, and the crowd is booing, which tells me it is not a 10. It is not even a 9-9, Bridget Sloan. It's a 9.875. I'm going to try to pick your jaw up off the table real quick.
Well,
it couldn't have been the tumbling passes. It's got to be something in the dance or the leaps that they saw that isn't a clear deduction to the rest of us.
now, I should have been a little nitpicky, which I wasn't, but her feet were never, she didn't get her heels together, which is a very big deduction in NCAA gymnastics. When you do stick, they want to see you get your heels together. Now, would I have given that a 9.875?
Well, one judge gave her a 9.9, one judge gave her a 9.85, and that's how you get to the average. Well, that is behind us now. Gabby Ladunny will go for Alabama. 5 gymnasts to go, as we mentioned. That Cawley score of a 9.075. That is the score they not only will want to drop, it feels like they are going to have to drop them. That means 5 gymnasts have got to be lights out.
Nice front aerial to split jump. Gabby is aggressive on beam. You see she's so quick to her finishes. Nice job. Now that is what Jazzy had issues with. But Gabby right over the top, square on the beam.
Stuck landings are going to be the name of the game for Alabama, besides obviously hitting. Here we go.
Only competing beam tonight for Gabby. And gets the stick. Really nice job. Now Alabama just needs to keep that momentum up. Gabby getting them right back on track. Acro series here, handspring layout, step out. Nice job.
You said she's such an aggressive beam worker. My guess is being careful on beam is a recipe for disaster.
It is, and a lot of athletes, and I would know, John, because I do a little coaching myself, a lot of athletes think it's better to be a little conservative on beam, but when you go big, you'll have a better outcome.
We saw her on vault in the first rotation. This is the freshman Amelia Dizador. Following that, Booker 9.875.
Amelia opening up, double layout. Nice job, stays inbounds.
The line is in. This is tennis. The line is in. You just cannot go over that line.
Beautiful job on those leaps. One and a half front full. What a performance for Gabby, or Amelia, coming after Jayla's 9.875. And right here, John, this is her opening pass, double layout, right there.
Yeah.
We are zooming in on her foot because she is right on the line. Now, like you said, it's like tennis. You can be on the line, but you cannot go over the line. So she did a really nice job of saving that and staying in bounds.
I feel like if I was a coach, I'd just scoot that top mat out a little bit, give myself an extra little bit of space, you know? I mean, the judges can't look that close, can they? 9.85 for Ladunny on her beam routine. Very good score. Here's Kylie Kwame now, the sophomore from Auburn, Washington. Competed in the World Championships for the Philippines in 2023.
Front aerial into her acro, handspring layout, step out. Very well done.
You can see that score from Amelia Dizador, 9.9, so you think Kwame following a 9.85, gotta be in a 9.9 plus to kind of keep pace. Remember, they gotta make up a 10th as well from that last rotation.
Gorgeous front toss. She almost lands that standing straight up. Just the dismount to gain her front full off the side.
Oh, and
wow.
She fought for it. Her heels grew toes.
That is exactly what Alabama needs. Routines like that. They fight for the stuck landing. And right here, this is called a front toss. And normally you land that, sometimes you can land it a little squatty, but not for Kylie. Right up top and dismount, sticks the landing.
That's going to be a good number for Kwame. Danny Ferris now, 4 to go for Florida on floor exercise, 3 to go for Alabama on the balance beam. Florida's counting 2 hit routines. They do have that margin for error a little bit, but you don't want to give up much.
Huge double layout for Danny.
That front foot slid a little bit on that landing, Bridget. Possibly a small deduction there.
Yeah, John, the judges want to see if you do the lunge, they want to see both feet solid at the end of that lunge. And like you said, a front foot just slid a little bit there. I love the choreography for Danny. Assistant coach Jeremy Miranda leading the way in the choreography department. Oh. Not the final pass that we're used to seeing. It looked like, John, it looked like she almost punched on this 1.5. And we're going to take another look, kind of take a little stronger look. So she does 1.5, and it looks like she just doesn't get the rebound out of the 1.5 into the front full.
Just a little short in that rotation on that 1.5, which puts you back on your heels, which you don't want to punch off your heels. As springy as that floor is, you want to be on your toes. And now the drama builds because now margin for error for Florida has gone away. And Kwame just put up a 9.925. So Ferris's score will now be the score for Florida that they will want to drop. Both teams flinch here in this final rotation as Chloe Lecourcier, the junior, looking for that veteran leadership right now are the Crimson Tide. They've got 3 to go. They need 3 hits. Could they pull off the big win here in Gainesville?
Split jump, and that's a double stag jump. So she takes her eyesight off the beam, has to come right back. Front aerial, very well done combination. Front aerial back handspring. Chloe is a gorgeous beam worker. I mean, she is a perfectionist in all aspects of her life, but especially gymnastics, and this is the sport she loves. Can she stick it?
She does.
Fights for that stick, but I have to say, John, she did throw her chest down a little bit far.
Now you're nitpicking.
She did get the stick, which is so important, but her extension does a double stag right there. So she takes her eyes off the beam, and then finishes with a round off 1.5. Fights for that landing.
Kwame with that 9.925. Feels like Lecourcier will probably be right in that 9.9 range as well. If you look at the scores on the board right now, drop that lightly shaded score for each team. On this rotation, the 2 beam scores and the 2 floor scores exactly tied for these 2 teams. Again, Florida with a 1/10 lead. That means that same 1/10 lead hold as we see MJ Frazier now.
Opens up with a huge double layout. Oh, takes a pretty big step backwards there. I know I mentioned earlier the judges want to see you get to your lunge and don't move your feet. MJ taking a pretty big step there.
Again, doing the math on the right side of the screen. 3 gymnasts yet to go. You can see LaCoursier's score came up. You can almost ignore the first 3 scores and just add up the second 3. They're going to have to count for both of these teams. Can Alabama and their last 3 athletes, including LaCoursier, beat Florida's last 3 by a 10th or more than a 10th to get the win? Or can Florida hold them off?
MJ front through to double tuck. Gorgeous. Finishes that routine with the gator chomp. Really well done. Would have loved to seen her control that landing on the first pass, because other than that, right here, round up back handspring, double out. Watch where her shoulders go. You see her shoulders go way behind her. Again, kind of lack of control there, but other than that.
And that's going to be interesting to see what the judges do with that, because it's a quick step back, and then the front foot comes up and also makes a step. It feels like it could be as much as a 2/10 deduction, but it's in the hand of the judges, which isn't always a comfortable place to be. As we see our all-around standings, the freshman Ra Akbar in the lead over the senior Gabby Gladio, the only 2 all-arounders, meaning they're doing all 4 events here in this competition.
Front aerial to back handspring.
Did you keep that moving enough, Bridget? I saw you kind of.
I was really hesitant, because to me there was the tiniest movement which would break that connection. Handspring, 1.5 twist. Very nice finish.
I can't say enough about this freshman. I tell you what, if Alabama can have an amazing season this year, she is going to be a big reason why. Here's another look at that connection.
John, I didn't see the feet move. Now, I am not a judge, and I'm normally wrong.
it was those arms, though, because they swung down and there was just a little hitch. And I don't know if that's enough. It seems like if you're going to break up that connection, that's a pretty nitpicky way to do it. But
yes,
judges love to be nitpicky. That's what I've heard. Taylor Clark, now the sophomore, 9.825 for Frazier. Compare that to LaCoursier's 9.875. Half-tenth advantage to Alabama. Half-tenth behind the Gators now are the Crimson Tide.
Opens up with a huge. Florida loves these double layouts. Taylor Clark, now a sophomore. I loved watching her last year, and one thing that she has really focused on is her landings. Front through to double tuck. Very nice finish there for Taylor. Really nice job for the sophomore.
Another beautiful double layout. Those big passes, so valuable. Ra Akbar, a 9.825. Bridget, I'm guessing that combination, that connection is where they hit her, because that seems like it's a little bit of a low score, and that would be the logical reason why. So compare Taylor Clark's score. When it comes in, how does it compare to a 9.825 right now? Half-tenth advantage for Florida in this competition. If you are looking for men's basketball, Loyola Chicago versus Dayton, that is on ESPN News. But why would you look for men's basketball when we've got a barn burner right here? Here's Gabby Gladio in the anchor spot.
Gorgeous handspring, lay it out 2 feet, so difficult. Oh.
Catastrophic.
Not the landing she wanted on that for an aerial. Dismount for Gabby. Round off double twist. Gets the stick. Really nice job throughout that routine, but that front aerial, pretty big balance check there, John.
Yeah, that is going to mean that Sky Blakely, the final Florida gymnast, is going to have some kind of error in her routine for Alabama to get the win. With that Gabby Gladio mistake, obviously they got that 9.075. They'll still drop that, but this Gabby Gladio score is going to be a relatively low one. That means Sky Blakely in position to close this out for the Gators.
Sky, front handspring, double front into a stag jump. John, she does it the best.
Such a smart pass, too, to do that leap out of a very difficult double front. Very hard to land.
Sky has had a phenomenal day so far. Final pass here. Round off 1.5, front full. Oh, out of bounds there. Looked like she just ran a little too far.
This is gonna be interesting. So this just in, 9.6 from Sky Blakely will clinch the meet. I don't think that error at the last pass, her first pass, everything up to that point looked fantastic. She did take a step or two and then went out of bounds. How much off for this, Bridget?
Don, I'm not a good judge, but she does. So she steps one, but you do see the extra steps that are in bounds. Those are all tenths of deduction.
It feels like to me, you know, if you took one for the step and then you took one for out of bounds, even if you took another half tenth for that kind of step to the side, you're still at a 9.75. That means you got to find more than a tenth and a half in the rest of the routine for Florida not to get this win. That's nonsensical to me. Oh, and that Gabby Gladio beam routine. Oh, my goodness. 9.7 there without those wobbles. It's in the 9.9s, Bridget,
yeah,
for sure.
No doubt. And I hope that Gabby puts this behind her because she is a competitor on all four events. And it looked like it was just a super uncharacteristic mistake for her. She wasn't off. She just had the balance checks, and those add up.
Honestly, it looked like she was kind of in her zone and almost looked surprised. Still waiting for that Florida Gator score. And the longer the judges talk about this, Bridget, if I'm the Gator coaches and the Gator fans, I'm not liking a long conversation here.
Two good serves that she finds, and it gets Beatrice Hannahs-Meyer to 3 match points. Trying to be aggressive behind the second serve.